Hello, I'm Martin Chagnon, Director of Sales for NoviPro. I'd like to welcome everyone to this podcast series dedicated to the 9th edition of the IT Trend. As every year, the NoviPro Group published last June its annual report on the state of the IT market in Canada. So throughout this series, we'll analyze the key statistics and take a closer look at where the market stands 6 months after the report release, which trend, challenges, and priorities have evolved since then. For this episode, we'll be discussing the topic of cybersecurity with Gino Perna, Client Director for HCL Software. Gino, thank you for being with us.
Thank you, Martin, for inviting me on this podcast. As you're well aware of, the partnership between NoviPro and HCL Software continues to expand and flourish. As for the IT Trends report, as you mentioned, it's a great resource for any cybersecurity professional to have handy.
Great. So let's start off with a first question. This year's report indicates that 30% of companies reported being victim of a cyber attack, compared to a 21% in 2024. What emerging threats do you see standing out in 2025?
So, Martin, what we're seeing at HCL Software is that in the pace of the attacks that are quickening with the evolution of technology, the evolution of artificial intelligence, cloud computing, software as a service, SaaS, and new devices and attack vectors, it's more challenging than ever to secure your estate. The most common and well understood type of attack, of course, is ransom attack. We are well aware of the impact of ransom attack. Just recently, we saw that the car manufacturer Jaguar was forced to halt production for several weeks, which necessitated the UK government to secure for Jaguar a loan of £1.5 billion and its suppliers. The impact and the cost of an incident can be devastating. The attacks and the threats that we face today force us to look at different points in the attack chain to disrupt bad actors, which are known as hackers. If you think of ransomware, the first two areas to address our prevention and recovery is to focus on stopping the attack at the point of impact and not once the impact has already taken place. But it is successful not only to remedy the ransom, it's to pay or to recover from backup once it has hit, unfortunately, the source. This forces us to look further ahead in the attack chain to disrupt malicious attempts. The good news, Martin, is that technology cuts both ways. As the attacks become more sophisticated, so do our prevention and response capabilities. Organizations are now evaluating ways to leverage artificial intelligence to anticipate quantum computing, gain visibility and control across enterprise that allows them not only to detect, but to respond to an incident, but more importantly, prevent the attacks. As simple as it sounds, the best solution to ransom problem is an ounce of prevention. If I can identify, prioritize, and remediate a vulnerability faster than the bad actor, the hacker, can exploit it, I can avoid an incident. That's why we see so many vendors that are traditionally considered security vendors looking to add vulnerability remediation to their security suites.
Second question, Gino. The report also shows that 84% of companies believe cybersecurity will become an increasingly important competitive advantage in the coming years. Do you see a shift in the way organizations are planning for detection and response rather than solely focusing on prevention?
So, two-part question, Martin. The first part, cybersecurity has terminated every part of our interactions with our clients. Our clients are no different. In this digital artificial intelligence world, it is important to provide your customers with peace of mind that their data is being protected and it is a priority for the organization. This extends to the supply chain, which is getting harder and harder to manage. As a security vendor, I can say that the agreement we have with existing customers and new customers has changed over the past several years. There is a security assessment performed in virtually every transaction. The scope of the security assessment, Martin, now encompasses cloud services and AI usage. Data governance and privacy are addressed in a much more meaningful way. Regulatory requirements and the ability to produce artifacts quickly across complex environments is vital. To finalize what I'm saying, in summary, I mentioned Jaguar earlier. From a competitive standpoint, having production shut down for several weeks unexpectedly impacts their entire business. Their suppliers are put under tremendous stress as well as energy that may have gone growing the business and is now dedicated to recovery. This is an extreme example, Martin.
Okay, agree. Thank you. Last question, Gino. I'd like to end with the notion of dissonance highlighted in the report. I'd like to get your input on how would you explain that despite being recognized as a major priority, cybersecurity ranks only third among IT investment priorities this year behind AI and cloud.
Every investment made by an organization at this point has to be seen through the lens of cybersecurity, Martin. Where that organization is purchasing a traditional security tool, which may be how this report reads, or making the decision to upgrade end-of-life software. If their investments in training, cloud adoption, SaaS solutions, or standardizing on AI security is top of mind, you can classify initiative around software asset management as a software asset management, but part of that equation is to identify the rogue software or unapproved software so you can reduce the risk to the organization. Again, if I can identify software that is not secure and remove it from my environment through my software asset management program, I'm contributing to the safety of the brand and the security of the organization. This is how I would see it, Martin.
Okay. Well, Gino, I'd like to thank you and HCL Software for participating in this podcast, and I wish you a great day.
Thank you. Same to you.